boy. The amount of times I've unlocked that gate, it's hard to keep track of, I can tell you that. You guys can see the title and thumbnail. We got some bad news for the old farm. We're gonna keep this kind of short and sweet, guys, because there's not really a good way to put what's happening to this farm, but we are losing it. This will be probably the last week we step foot on this farm, probably forever, unless, you know, something was to, you know, happen with it again. But fortunately, stuff like this happens. I mean, these are all leases. This is not property that I own, like the 10 acres we just got where we're building our house. By the way, we're gonna have a lot of updates with that in this video. But the backstory of the owner, really quick, guys, he is actually a really good buddy of mine. I spent so much money on this farm because how close we kind of were. You know, the plans were to kind of have this farm for a very long time. This was gonna be something down the road for him. And as life goes on in business, you know, he got a really good opportunity and the farm's got to get sold. And, you know, it does hurt because, you know, this is where we built the giant 10 by 10 blind, and we have our power lines and our watering hole, and, you know, 2.5 years of nothing but work to change this place completely. It's gone just like that in a snap. As something ends, something good will begin. And within literally, guys, 10 minutes before getting here, I just pulled another 300 acres around the block. So I can talk paint off a wall, sell blind person glasses. I can talk to get some property. So today's video is gonna be us going around to all the stuff that we've done on this farm. We're gonna be pulling some stuff off, leaving a couple. We're gonna make 2 trips here in the next 2 weeks to kind of get everything off the farm. And we're gonna be relocating, guys, to a new spot, rebuilding all of this. It's gonna be a great kickstart for the year. We have another 450 acres we just pulled that needs a lot of work as well. So we're not gonna stop what we're doing, just unfortunately, we're not gonna be doing it here anymore. All right, y'all, starting with number 1, obviously we have to go to the front of the property. We do have a pretty new gate set up down there with posts. We have to pull those today, but once you come through the farm, the first thing we're going to discuss is the 10 by 10 blind. I will say this project absolutely killed me. The amount of time I thought I was going to be able to get this done did not actually play out for how long it really took. So much work was put into this, and I really do think it is one of one. I mean, this blind is absolutely so badass. The problem is this thing is very large to move. I think we're gonna manage a way to try to figure out how we can do it. Brush is starting to grow up underneath it. I mean, we were finally getting this to where it was gonna be kick-ass to hunt this year. We spent so much time building this, painting this, developing this. Boy, and it was one of the hottest freaking months we were doing it too. The metal was so hot, guys, I couldn't even freaking hold it just to try to screw it in place. It's one of those things where we did offer it to the buyers to keep it. They were not interested, obviously, nor interested in keeping the lease to this farm. So it's kind of up to me to either I'm leaving it or we're hauling it out of here. I think the best option we have, guys, is to throw it up on Facebook Marketplace, possibly. You know, maybe one of you guys are interested in it. And while we're waiting for that option, we're gonna leave it at one of my other leases right here in my town. And guys, if she doesn't sell, and honestly, we might not even sell because I have so much time invested in this, we'll just wait until maybe we buy more land, or I don't think it's too big to bring to my 10 acres, and we plan to build 2 new blinds out there. As cool as this, just not as big as this. I mean, we got camping cots up there. We're gonna talk about actually when we hunted out of this thing last year and why you guys never saw that. So this is a 10 by 10 blind. We'll kind of do a quick walk around of the whole inside if you guys aren't familiar with how cool we actually built this thing. And as shitty as it sounds, we never filmed too many videos in this. Don't get me wrong, we camped in this, we slept in this. I probably spent 3 weeks straight hunting the biggest deer on this property last year, and this deer was called Predator. I'll throw up a couple of videos of him here. Predator was a huge bully buck on this farm that not necessarily would have scored the most, but I was addicted to his characteristics, I was addicted to his personality, and that's what seemed to be the best thing for the property that year. And literally the 3rd day of sitting in this exact spot, Predator walked out in this backfield over 500 yards away. And to not ruin the opportunity, because that's a far shot, I let him walk. And knowing what he did that one day, I figured, hey, we're 3 days in, odds are he's probably going to do it again, and maybe it will be a lot closer. And unfortunately, Predator never showed back up. Another 2.5 weeks of sitting for him. And unfortunately, Buddy went to another farm and I think got shot. I wanted that deer so bad, and I almost confirmed it with another gentleman down the road that he was 100% taken. So Predator got knocked off of the list, and since that's actually happened, we have had a lot of impressive bucks on the farm this year. But unfortunately, that's not going to matter anymore. We're on my iPhone right now, guys, to give you an idea. But yeah, when you first walk in, this is what this blind is. I mean, it's freaking huge. We got our blankets and generator. We have our cots. We have all of our decor. 2 50-inch windows. All of our signs. I mean, it was fun sleeping in here for sure. This was one of my favorite things about this blind, but all of our power and lights and fans. We for sure weren't struggling when we were up here. You guys let me know what you think should happen with the blind. You guys were a big part of this build and really seemed to enjoy it. And there's a lot of stuff we can still do with the blind. We had a lot of plans to do stuff with the blind. It's just stuff got out of season, and here she sits. You guys let me know if you have any suggestions for it, if you want to see it at the new 10 acres, if we can maybe turn this into something else. We do have a lot of projects planned out there. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit, but let's go ahead and jump to the old power lines. So 100% the power lines are coming with us. I plan to put these at the 10 acres because there is going to be enough room for these for sure. This is going to be incorporated in a deer plot, but also can be for the dove hunting and just overall just having birds come land in our plot. It's going to be freaking awesome. So these we are going to take down, but this was a super fun project that we did at the farm. It was kind of hard to find telephone poles this tall, but I was able to locate 3. The wire that's on these lines is the exact wire that's used for the power line, so it's literally identical to it, and the doves freaking loved it the other year. Going up the power line, we have all of our stakes, so we were able to go all the way to the top, and we installed our camera, so we're still going to be able to do that. That's how we can get the wire down, and it's going to be pretty simple to actually get these out the ground. So power lines are coming with us. Was an amazing project we did on the channel, and I want to continue that to our new property. The next section we're walking up to right now is one of our feeding stations. This was one of our main stations, and boys, the activity we had here was unbelievable. What we're walking up to now is a Moultrie Ranch Series 450-pound gravity feeder. It took our deer a little while to get used to this, but they have been on it ever since. We got a premium feed in there, and this feeder 100% is probably going to go to our new 10 acres. I want to have this in our main plot over there, so we're going to be relocating that one. We have another one, the Elite 2 down there. We're going to be taking that one actually with us today. I want to leave these for the deer and the animals as long as we possibly can. We're going to be pulling some of our cameras today and some of our feeders, but not all of them. This was an amazing spot, 100 yards from our blind. We had some of our mock scrapes that we made and set up along the outskirts of this field right here. We had our hitting branch right there we're going to take with us, all of our mounts. Super excited about this feeder, getting it actually relocated because it's going to be amazing at our new 10 acres. This is one of our mock scrapes that I was talking about, this whole limb right here that actually comes down and hangs. If you guys remember that video, we installed 2 of these on this property. Every once in a blue moon, I'll freshen up the branches. Obviously a little dead right now, but yeah, tons of activity on these. This was actually one of the main spots that Predator would walk by, and we used to see him a lot on camera. Damn, I missed that deer. We're gonna pull it out the brush, guys, but this was my Elite 2 that I had out here in this backfield, but it was too much promoting the deer to be back here, hint Predator being so far away. And we had plans to try to base something off of this big oak tree and be able to hunt this spot, but for the first year on this farm, we just fed, and then going into year 2, we pulled it out and kind of started strategizing something different. So let's go ahead and pull this feeder out because it's a badass one. Alright guys, my next favorite part of this property that we did was clearing this massive 3.5 acre cutover. It's gotten a little bit overgrown now, but we have almost tripled our population of quail. All of the animals just really seem to love when we cut this back, because it gave them a little bit of regrowth. It gave them something different that this property didn't have. And then one of the main plans while we were done clearing this was to introduce the watering hole. Out of all the cameras and spots of this farm, this one is #1, and it beats feed. It beats absolutely everything. The animals have enjoyed this 1,500 gallon pretty much pond that we built. It took us a good amount of time. I remember not having the right pump, and I was using 5-gallon buckets and filling up a tarp in the back of my truck and then driving it across the field and dumping it in here and finally we did it the effective way and we got this joker filled up. But to this day, guys, the frogs are still in here. We do have some fish still in here. We'll get the craziest videos sometimes of the deer actually going in the pond. And we have multiple water sources on this farm. Some people say you don't need to have something like this, but it's like adding a kiddie pool for the wildlife. The animals absolutely love it. Really gonna miss this one. We are 150% adding another one of these to our new property because it was just that fun of a project, and I feel like every property needs to have one of these. It was something different that I haven't seen too many people do on the internet, and it has become very, very effective since we've done it. Wish we could relocate it, but out of all the stuff that we are leaving here, not sure what the new homeowners are gonna be doing out here, but I know this is gonna be a pain in the ass to remove, so the deer and the wildlife get to enjoy this a little bit longer because it sure made them happy putting it here. We got a book bag on and now we're actually hiking through the backfield. We're gonna hit and show you guys where we actually just opened up a brand new plot. I was so excited for this one. This was stage 3 of this farm going into year 2.5. And we're not gonna be able to get to use it, but it sure is beautiful down here. We just planted this spot too, and we're gonna pull a couple cameras in this back corner. That's why we're bringing the book bag so we can hike everything out. I'm gonna actually talk to you guys about this book bag here in a second as well. Got a good little walk. This is all the way back on an old logging road, and we're actually gonna pull one of our mock scrape cameras too. This is our main trail that comes from our logging road. We got a camera right there to capture them, and then it splits into 3 main trails. One there, and then one there. This was a very high hit area. So this is kind of where that trail ended, and we came in here and we cleared all of this. And then once you hook this bend, it opens up to all of this right here. This was gonna be our new shade plot. Before we get into this plot a little bit more, I wanna talk to you guys about this book bag right here from Tideweed. This is their hunting camo book bag. I have used this book bag for probably over 6 years now. I mean, not this exact one, but I've only actually gone through 2 of them in probably 5.5, yes, 6 years. I use them from everything from fishing to hiking, for shed hunting, just for a camera bag when I travel on a plane. It is by far one of my favorite hunting book bags. It's got all the pockets you need, super comfortable. It actually wraps around your waist too. And it's just the #1 book bag, in my opinion, to use for an outdoorsman. For example, today, we're gonna be using it just to kind of hold all of our cameras while we're walking the farm. But one of my favorite things about this book bag is underneath the pouch, it actually has its own little rain cover. So if you're out here in the field while you're even hunting, you can kind of cover this book bag up. It's been an awesome one from Tideweed. They have a lot of other cool products on their website that you guys are going to see here in the future real soon. So if you want to head over there, you can use code Rubino18 for 18% off. Go get you some products and check them out. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and finish up showing you guys this plot. Man, I was banking on this spot so much. It's just so shaded. It's like our only hardwoods. It connects right to the swamp and the scrape that we're about to go hit. And I've never thrown down clover so late without snow fertilizer and had this much germination. This plot literally is gonna kick ass this year. All of it. That is all clover, and it is just thriving throughout this entire freaking plot. There's not one bare area in here. And then we also left a lot of these trees, and this was our natural scrape right here. Gorgeous overhanging tree. Oh, that would have been so nice. And then obviously we have one of our gravity feeders down here. We got a camera on that tree, another camera on that tree. Like I mentioned to you guys, I don't know what the intentions are of the new owner, but what I do know is that this plot in particular and my other plot that I have going here and the 8 acres of fields, all of this is introduced with, you know, seed out of my pocket, but it is going to thrive down here for the wildlife. You know, they're gonna have to come down here and really clear all this. I don't see why they would. So at least that we're losing the least, the animals can still be healthy. That's the most important part to me, is providing them what they need. You know, me being here hunting them or not, they still have about a 1/4 acre of clover in these plots that is going to be here for the next 5 to 6 years, because this stuff will keep on coming back. So at least they're getting that. Let's go ahead and pull down this mulch tree, and let's go pull down another mulch tree we have in the back by our scrape. Guys, the closer we're getting to wrapping up some of our spots, it's really starting to hit me. I mean, I'll be out here for probably one more visit, but it's this sucks, guys. You spend so much time on a place, and a farm, and just to see how much we've done to this place, that's what hurts the most. It's not really losing it, it's, you know, I'm gonna miss the wildlife. So many familiar animals I see every single day, watching their behavior and how they just kind of, you know, go about today. They have no clue that you're watching them. So you just get to see, you know, how special these animals can really be, and just with their personality. All right, this is gonna be one of our last plots we're gonna show today. We're gonna pull one camera from back here on a trail that actually meant a lot to me too. But this plot, guys, when we talk about a kill plot, I mean it, this joker is tiny. Tiny, tiny, and the results we've gotten out of this have been unbelievable. As soon as you bend this corner, look at all the clover, guys. This is all it is, just a micro kill plot, but the clover is luscious, and it is all through this tiny little plot. Got us some mineral in here, and then we have a vine scrape off of that tree right there. And this year it has had some freaking hammers in here, but once again, unfortunately, it's not gonna be for us to kill this year. That's the tree we were gonna hang out of, and then down here, guys, it has is always crystal clear water. Actually, it's pretty, well, it's still clear. We did just get a storm though, but down here it's just this valley, and it's got all these little ponds down here in the main creek that runs through this entire property. We need to head back to the corner all the way down here. It's a beautiful pinch point. I got a quick story to tell about predator hitting this. A better shot of it down here, just crystal clear water, and this runs all the way through the next patches down there. You got a ridge that starts to head up right here, but this little pinch point down here, guys, has been so freaking killer once we get through all this stuff. There's another creek right here, I think, yeah. Deer, they just come walking down right here, and then this camera's always been freaking money. And the story I was gonna tell was predator, one of these nights, it just smells like deer down here, but one of these nights he came walking right here, and predator put his face right to this camera. It was so cool to see this deer so up close, and you could see all the kickers and all the curdling coming off of his head, and his breath blowing out on the camera. It was pretty epic. But yeah, just natural crystal clear water all through this property. Sure gonna miss it, but let's go ahead and pull this camera down. Last thing that we were gonna pull down was my gate and my post, but honestly, guys, now thinking about it, still have a lot of stuff here, and I'm not taking all of it yet. So just for the nosiness of people, I think I'm actually gonna leave the gate. We'll come back for our last trip also when we do our feeders and stuff in the blind. This is gonna bother me for the next couple months, and probably for even longer than that. I just have so much connection with the animals here, like Sally. Sally is a funny doe, and I made an agreement never to shoot her while I'm working on the blind. This is just like the most outcast doe. She's blind in one eye, but she just never gave a shit if I was out here. I mean, I have her on camera with me filling a feeder, and literally 4 minutes later of driving off, she's walking up the cutter to come eat. When I was building the blind, she was just walking through the field. When I come here in the morning to hunt, she'd be standing by this gate, and I could almost touch her. And Mega was a deer that is actually Predator's son, and he's a very, very young deer. Last year being at 1.5, he has such impressive horns, and now going into 2.5, he's a 9-pointer. It's just fun to watch these deer, and he's just a deer that, you know, always does what I want him to do. He's at the feeder every single night, and stuff like that, guys. The bears, the coyotes, I'm gonna miss all of this. So it's not gone yet, and we're still gonna suck as much time as we can. But I wanted you guys to kind of know what was going on with the property, and shortly, and not long after this, guys, we're gonna be rolling into our next one, because us losing this is not the end, and we're gonna keep on finding properties. Like I said, I already door knocked today and already got some more for us. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching. Be looking forward towards the next video. Oh wait, hold on, update with the property too. We're signing papers on it tomorrow, guys. So we're gonna be moving 100 miles an hour, hopefully in the next week or two, on breaking ground in the new 10 acres. So be looking forward towards that. I appreciate you guys watching.